Herzlich willkommen hier vom Green Tech Festival. Ich bin Nico Rosberg und ich bin Co-Founder des Events und bin sehr, sehr stolz, dass wir sind jetzt im 4. Jahr und finden jetzt hier in den nächsten 3 Tagen bis Freitagabend hier am Tegeler Flughafen in Berlin statt. Freut mich, euch willkommen zu heißen auf LinkedIn und auf Instagram. Und ja, ich habe die Ehre, hier mit Stefan zu sitzen von der Boston Consulting Group. Ihr seid langjähriger Unterstützer von uns, Knowledge Partner. Wir sind dankbar, weil ihr bringt halt diese ganze Tiefe, diese Kompetenz. Ich meine, du bist gerade für Klima und Energie, das ist ja das absolute relevanteste Thema, zusammen mit Mobilität. Ja. Also so eine Kompetenz hier sitzen zu haben, das freut mich natürlich sehr. Es ehrt uns auch. Vielleicht gebe ich an dich weiter. Ich glaube, wir würden alle mal kurz gerne von dir einen kurzen Elevator-Pitch hören zum Thema Konferenz, was ihr jetzt hier auch angehen werdet bei uns in unserer Green Tech Conference und generell so ein bisschen die Lage, dass du die beschreibst, gerade in Deutschland. Da würden wir uns freuen, von dir jetzt kurz zu hören.
Ja, vielen lieben Dank. Also die Situation ist, warum sind wir alle hier?
Mir wird gerade gesagt, dass die Community, weil wir natürlich in der ganzen Welt sind, that we switch to English. I'm very, very sorry that I made the mistake, because of course everybody from the world is watching. So that was a small mistake. I just covered quickly my introduction. So Nico Rosberg, co-founder here, Green Tech Festival, and we're happening in Berlin, Tegel. And I've got our knowledge partner, Boston Consulting Group. And Stefan, you're the absolute expert for climate and energy. So no one more knowledgeable than you. So we're very proud to welcome you here, and we'd love to hear a quick elevator pitch to the situation from you.
Thank you. Now this way you need to accommodate with my German accent, but let's do it. So why are we here today? We see climate action accelerating on a global scale, and also particularly in Europe. We also see that the green transformation goes hand in hand actually with energy security and not against it. And also we see much more corporate action. This is accelerating also. Many companies are setting themselves very ambitious targets towards a 1.5 centigrade world. Some of them are taking real action, but we need much more action. We need to see that. Also COVID and the war in the Ukraine have introduced some midterm challenges that we will for sure discuss at this festival with the participants, which if not dealt with, will slow down a bit this momentum that we need to create. The challenges are financial. We see interest rates increasing, and also private funds for startups, which are dearly needed to scale them up, could dry up. So we need to discuss that and address that. We also see public funds, the threat that they will be redirected partially to creating new fossil infrastructure like LNG terminals to diversify fossil fuel supply away from Russia. We also see that the momentum that the government and governments in Europe are compensating households and energy-intensive companies, which also, for the high energy prices, which is also redirecting money a bit away from green energy. So we need to enter these discussions not to lose momentum there. And we also face a supply chain shortage and also raw material constraints. We need to deal with these challenges. And it's actually difficult to be optimistic, but we have good reason to stay optimistic. Why is that? We historically underestimate the pace of innovation and technology change, which helps us solving the challenges I described before, and also decrease the costs of green technologies. Also, second, we have never seen such a good business case for green technologies as we see today, given the high fossil prices and the high volatility around fossil prices. We underestimate still the governmental momentum and the willingness of the political stakeholders to actually initiate the green transition, especially in Germany. There is a high willingness still to invest in the green transition and to punish fossil technologies and phase them out, also phase out business models. And last, as BCG, we see that we clearly see in our data that climate leaders gain competitive advantage. So if you are an early mover, you will attract better talent, for sure. You will tap into growing markets, because green markets are growing faster than fossil and conventional markets. We also see clearly that climate leaders still relatively get access to cheaper capital from the capital market than fossil players, and also then non-early movers. And also last, they generate higher shareholder value. So it is the time to be bold, and we have good reason to be bold. And really looking forward to and appreciate that you connect here at the Green Tech Festival. You connect the leaders, climate leaders of tomorrow, startups, big corporations that want to move early. You connect them with investors, with political stakeholders, and also with the general public. Really looking forward to that. And also as BCG, we are very happy to support you with our knowledge and help creating this ecosystem of climate leaders and thought leaders in this field. And also to the overall audience and to the overall public, join, be inspired, learn, and join the journey. So thanks and appreciate to be here.
Wow, I mean, the impact that you can have in your role with your knowledge is amazing. I mean, you're working a lot with the governments as well, I've heard.
Yes.
So that's really, really impressive.
Yes, thank you. We see a very large momentum. We need to still accelerate it. And, consulting is good, but doing is better.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so for our next little bit of fun, shall we jump into some rapid-fire questions? And we bounce them back and forth. You start.
All right. Okay. So found a new company or invest in one?
I will go for founding, even though I'm more an investor. But I founded the Green Tech Festival, co-founded, so I'm very proud of that. It's where you get the most satisfaction. It's the greatest challenge, but it's the most satisfaction when you're also then able to generate impact. That's special. Question 2, Berlin or Silicon Valley?
Well, as Berliner, I need to say Berlin. Silicon Valley set a good example. We need to generate this, to ramp up these promising companies to be unicorns, but happy to be in Berlin at this moment.
Very good. So we have our finance minister coming tomorrow. And before he became finance minister, he said that if he does become it to me, then he will increase the allocation from pension fund, insurance fund, to be able to finance startups. I know it's a big ask, and it's not easy because the general public is a bit reluctant, but let's see if he makes progress with that. But that would be very important for Germany.
Exactly. Also, especially given the current constraints from private investors, it would be highly appreciated that the government steps in a bit and helps them.
So this is our Minister of Finance, Christian Lindner. Question 3 is from you.
Oat or almond milk?
Love oat milk. Our fridge at home is full of oat milk. Almond milk is undrinkable. So
same here. Which is more sustainable? I don't know.
That's a good question. I have no idea, but I'm sure.
Let's find out for the next Green Tech
I'm sure with oat milk we're doing good. We actually have Oatly represented here as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have all these different sectors, represented, coming together, which is the power of the Green Tech Festival. Question 4: e-bike or e-scooter?
A real bike and occasionally an e-scooter. Last question, see the future or change the past?
No, the past is the past. Let's go, let's look forward and let's be excited about the opportunities that we now have in innovation to create a better future for us and to protect our future, I think that's why as the Green Tech Festival also, we stand less for forbidding things. We want to create change through innovation, through excitement. That's why our slogan also is celebrate change. Yeah. I mean, there's a world of opportunities now. And as you said also, some of the greatest business models now can start in fighting climate change. Yeah. And this is amazing and it's such an incredible opportunity.
Completely agreed. And now let's talk about the more immediate future, the next 2.5 days. What can you expect from the Green Tech Festival? What excites you here particularly?
Yeah, Green Tech Festival. I mean, go on greentechfestival.com. You still have the chance to secure tickets there. And there's different verticals. So tomorrow the conference will start, where of course we have a lot of CEOs from industry-leading companies, from energy, mobility, and it's this mix coming together. So I think a great opportunity for learning, for networking, for showcasing what you are doing. I think that will be extremely impactful and valuable. And then from the conference we go into these breakout groups as well, which are curated. We specifically select the people to come together to really create a powerful conversation and come up with solutions. And as you said before, action. That's the most important thing, which often is missing. It's action, which we hope to create here. So you can still secure your conference tickets on greentechfestival.com. And then if you're also general public, it's very exciting to come here because we have a lot of products on display. For example, here you have driving experiences. Yeah, you can test here at the airport in Tegel, right in front of our festival, all the most exciting electric cars, electric motorbike on the airport, so you can really have a lot of fun. If you're lucky, I'll be sitting in one of those as well, because I'm driving them as well. So I'm going to welcome a couple of visitors into my car.
Nice.
We have a huge food court with the food of the future. I mean, you know, with vegan sausages, vegan whatever, fashion, property, technology. We have all these different sectors coming together. So it's really a discovery if you come here. And it will be a lot of fun because we combine it with music. So we have the green beats in the afternoons, closing out the days with a famous DJ, Musti. You know, it's going to be really, really good fun. So I hope to see you here. And if not, you can follow, of course, on Instagram and online. And it's, again, a big, big pleasure to have Boston Consulting Group, and I look forward to hearing you also throughout the days and after the 2 days on interesting meetings you've had or insights you got or things like that. Maybe a last question, more specifically to the German energy crisis now that we're facing, because I'm sure, I mean, for all the Germans watching, this is one of the fundamental topics at the moment. How difficult, how challenging can this become, and how optimistic are you that we do have the chance, with ramping up coal again, with extending nuclear, to navigate this situation?
Yes, so in the long run, I'm very optimistic that we have now a very good momentum to push the energy transition and to get out from fossils for good. In the midterm, you know, the best way through a swamp is not always the most direct one. So our politicians have a very hard job in navigating a bit around the sinkholes, and this might mean taking some inconvenient choices. Like, for instance, for this year we need to save gas. This will mean that we need to ramp up temporarily coal-fired production in the existing coal plants, which is bad for the climate, but will probably save enough, or must save enough gas in order to keep the homes warm. But it means no new coal power plants, of course. We need to build new LNG terminals to diversify, and we need actually now to start saving gas. So far we have dreamt that we have only a price crisis, but not a gas scarcity prices. We do have a gas scarcity prices, and I know that behind the scenes there are a lot of talks now to define measures how to really curtail gas demand.
If we now ramp up coal, how much gas do we still need to save? And where are the savings going to come from?
Well, for instance, we need to take very hard discussions, like prioritize the industries that need to save gas right now. For instance, if some industries cannot turn off, for instance, if you have glass and ceramics, if you turn off the gas, then the glass will crystallize in the reactors, and they can basically exchange their whole facilities. But for instance, do you need space heating in all production halls in Germany? Do you need space heating and warm water in all office buildings in Germany for the time being? We need to be very smart and start these discussions immediately.
That's unbelievable, that we're in such a situation now. But you're optimistic that with these measures we'll be able to compensate appropriately without getting into some serious trouble economically and even humanly in a way, I guess?
It is not excluded that we are running into a recession if Russian gas is being cut off right now. But
the way it is now.
The way it is now.
But that's to be expected, though, isn't it? I mean, they're not going to suddenly ramp it up again, are they?
Absolutely, absolutely. And in case this happens, we are running into a recession. But on the other hand, the signal and the immediacy of the signal will activate a lot of potential here in Germany, and we will be able to handle it. And also, it is not only about economical interests, but it's also about other things. What do we want to represent? Which position do we want to take now in this crisis? And also, what dignity and values would we like to represent? And the last part will also help us basically ramping up our economy after the next hard winter. It's probably only 1 or 2 tough winters, and we've been very ingenious to deal with such situations in the past.
Yeah, but only is a big word, huh? 1 or 2 tough winters is 1 or 2 too many.
It is tough, and the first step is to realize how urgent this is. Yeah. And this realization has not started in February; it's starting only now. Of course, a bit too late, but still. It is time.
Okay. One last question. Yes. Which part of your BCG involvement into the Green Tech Festival are you most excited about?
Well, I'm on the stage with a former Formula One champion, so that's quite exciting. Our great colleague Rebecca Hübler is presenting on urban mobility.
Yeah.
I will be on the stage, on the main stage, with other great speakers on green energy and energy for good. And I'm so much excited to get to learn and get to know myself, connect with the startups and with the innovators of tomorrow, and carry basically that knowledge also into the big corporates that I consult.
Well, thank you very much for being here. Thank you to all of you for watching on LinkedIn and Instagram. Really, really appreciate. Again, here's your last chance, greentechfestival.com, to secure tickets for the conference, which starts tomorrow, or also for our whole event here, Green Tech Festival, for the exhibition. So we're very, very welcome to come, and we would love to see you here. So thank you very much, and bye-bye. And if not, follow us online. You'll see all the action. It's going to be super interesting, and there's going to be incredible learnings and hopefully a lot of impact.
Yes. Very exciting.
Bye-bye from here.
Take care.
Bye-bye.